Every year in the United States, thousands of older adults lose their lives in the bathroom. It's a quiet statistic most people never think about, but it matters because tomorrow it could be anyone. You step into the shower daily. You lather up, rinse off, and assume you're doing everything right. So, why do so many people still get lightheaded, slip, or collapse while showering? My name is Sarah Mitchell. I've spent more than 3 decades working as a geriatric health specialist, helping older adults stay mobile, independent, and out of nursing homes. Over the years, I noticed a pattern that most people miss, including many doctors. And what I found honestly shocked me. Nearly 9 out of 10 American seniors fail to properly wash 3 specific areas of their body when they shower. These aren't obvious places like hands or backs, but skipping them has serious consequences. In fact, people who ignore these areas often lose their mobility years earlier than they should. On the other hand, the men and women who stay active into their 90s and even past 100 all seem to share one simple habit. They take a few extra minutes each day to clean these 3 areas properly. Not long ago, I received a phone call from a woman who was sobbing. She said, "Dr. Mitchell, my mom keeps falling. I think I may have to move her into a care facility. Am I failing her as a daughter?" Her mother, Margaret, was 72 years old. She couldn't walk even a short distance without a walker, and the fear of becoming a burden was breaking her heart. She told me quietly, "I don't want my daughter's life to revolve around taking care of me." I sat with Margaret, held her hand, and told her not to give up. I asked her to try something very simple. That night, when she showered, she needed to focus on washing 3 specific areas in a certain way. Just 5 minutes a day. I asked her to give me 1 month. 4 weeks later, Margaret walked into my office on her own. No walker. She smiled and said, "I didn't do anything special. I just washed like you told me to." Moments like that are why I do this work. So what are these areas? They're not your hands, not your feet, not your back. And if you stick with this explanation, you'll understand why something so small can make the difference between walking confidently and relying on a walker. To understand why this works, you need to know one thing about the body. Everything comes back to circulation. Your heart sends blood downward to your legs with ease. Gravity helps with that, but getting that blood back up is much harder. As we age, especially after 65, 3 major choke points tend to form in the body, these slow circulation. When blood flow drops, muscles weaken. Weak muscles lead to instability. Instability leads to falls, and falls are often the reason people end up in nursing homes. Here's the part most people don't realize. These circulation blockages are often made worse by daily habits. When you shower and skip certain areas, you're unknowingly limiting blood flow. A long-term study from Johns Hopkins followed thousands of seniors for a decade. Among those who properly cleaned these key areas every day, more than 80% were still walking independently at age 90. Among those who didn't, fewer than a third were. So tonight, when you step into the shower, you really do have a choice. You can continue as usual, or you can take a few minutes to protect your ability to walk. Let's start with the first area. The calves and feet. Doctors often refer to the calves as the body's second heart, and for good reason. I once treated a 70-year-old man named Robert from Ohio. He came to me exhausted. Every night, his legs cramped so badly that he woke up again and again. Midnight, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. He told me he'd be grateful just to get 4 solid hours of sleep. When I examined his legs, his calves felt cold and stiff. I explained that this was the root of his problem. Your heart pumps blood down to your feet easily, but blood doesn't magically float back up. That job belongs to your calf muscles. Every step you take squeezes the veins and pushes blood upward. That's why healthy calves are essential for circulation. As people age, many stop actively washing their calves. They let water run over them and assume that's enough. But without scrubbing, oils and dead skin build up. This clogs tiny capillaries near the surface of the skin, reducing blood flow. Research from Stanford showed that seniors who actively scrubbed their calves every day had over 40% better circulation than those who simply rinsed. Robert followed my instructions. He let warm water run over his calves for about 30 seconds, then scrubbed upward from ankle to knee using his hands. 15 firm strokes on each leg. 2 weeks later, he called me and said, "I slept 7 hours straight, no cramps." Here's exactly how to do it. Stand comfortably in the shower and let warm water, roughly body temperature, flow over your calves for half a minute. This helps open the blood vessels. Then apply soap to your hands and scrub upward, not downward, from ankle to knee. Use steady pressure, not painful, just firm. Focus extra attention on the inner calf, where the main veins run. Use your thumbs if you can. Don't forget the bottoms of your feet, especially the arch, and gently clean between the toes, where fluid tends to collect. The entire process takes about 3 minutes. Another patient, Helen, was 74 and lived in Michigan. By evening, her ankles were so swollen, she couldn't wear regular shoes. She was told it was just part of aging. After 3 weeks of this calf routine, she sent me a photo wearing her normal shoes again. The swelling was gone. What's happening inside the body is simple but powerful. Warmth opens the vessels. Scrubbing mimics the pumping action of walking, and stimulating the skin helps lymph fluid drain properly. According to research published in a major medical journal, seniors who practiced this routine daily lowered their risk of falls by nearly 30%. But there's something you need to know. If you only focus on your calves and ignore the next 2 areas, you still won't get the full benefit. The second area controls something even more important than your legs. Now let's talk about the second area, the one that plays a huge role in memory, balance, and mental clarity: the neck, especially the back of it near the base of the skull. Think of this area as the main roadway to your brain. I once worked with a woman named Dorothy, who was 73 and living in Texas. She came to me worried and embarrassed. She kept forgetting simple things: her grandson's name, where she left her keys, what she had eaten earlier that day. With tears in her eyes, she asked me, "Am I getting dementia?" When I gently felt the back of Dorothy's neck, it was extremely stiff, almost rock hard. I told her that her forgetfulness wasn't coming out of nowhere. Her brain simply wasn't getting what it needed. Here's why that matters. Your brain uses a massive amount of blood. In fact, about 20% of all the blood your heart pumps is meant to supply your brain. There are 2 major arteries that carry blood upward through the neck and into the brain. These are called the vertebral arteries. They run right alongside deep neck muscles. As we age, those muscles often become tight and rigid. When that happens, they squeeze the arteries. Less space means less blood getting through. And when the brain doesn't get enough blood and oxygen, thinking slows down, memory slips, focus disappears. A large Harvard study followed more than 3,000 older adults and found that those with chronically tight neck muscles had significantly reduced blood flow to the brain, nearly 40% less. Even more concerning, their risk of developing dementia-related conditions was several times higher. The most surprising part? Most people unknowingly create this problem themselves. Think about your normal shower routine. You wash your face, you wash your hair. But do you actually scrub the back of your neck with your hands? Most people don't. They let water run down and assume that's enough. Over time, tension builds. Muscles stay locked. Blood flow suffers. Dorothy followed a simple routine I showed her. 1 month later, she called me sounding like a different person. She said, "My mind feels sharp again. I remember everything." Here's how to do this properly. While you're in the shower, let warm to hot water run directly onto the back of your neck for a full minute. It should be hot, but comfortable, not painful. The heat helps the muscles relax and softens the tissue around the arteries. After that minute, use both hands to massage the area. Start right where your skull meets your neck. Use your fingertips to make small, slow circles. Gradually work your way down toward your shoulders. Do this for about another minute. Next, gently press and massage the muscles on both sides of your neck. These are the large muscles that help turn your head. Use slow, downward strokes from just below the ear toward the collarbone. Keep your pressure gentle but intentional. Finally, tilt your head back slightly and allow warm water to run over the front of your neck for about 30 seconds. This helps open additional arteries that also contribute to brain circulation. The entire routine takes roughly 3 minutes. I also treated a man named James, 78 years old, living in Florida. He complained of dizziness every time he stood up. When I examined him, his neck was so stiff he could barely rotate his head. I showed him this same neck routine. 2 weeks later, he called and said the dizziness was gone. He could move freely again and felt decades younger. There's solid science behind this. Heat combined with massage reduces muscle tension. When muscles loosen, they stop compressing blood vessels. When blood vessels open, circulation improves. A Japanese study measured brain blood flow before and after just 1 minute of warm water and neck massage. The result was a 40+% increase in blood flow to the brain. More blood means more oxygen. More oxygen means better memory, sharper focus, and improved balance. Better balance means fewer falls. An Oxford study found something even more striking. Seniors who consistently cared for their necks this way had about half the risk of stroke compared to those who didn't. But there's one more important thing you need to hear. Even if you wash your calves and take care of your neck every day, there is still one critical area left. This final spot affects something that quietly destroys quality of life for millions of older adults. Sleep. Now we come to the third and final area. This one doesn't affect your legs or your memory directly, but it influences something just as important: sleep. More specifically, it controls how tense or relaxed your entire nervous system feels. This area is called the solar plexus, located in the center of your upper abdomen, just below the rib cage. Think of it as your body's emotional control center. I once worked with a woman named Linda, who was 68 and living in California. She told me she hadn't slept through the night in more than 30 years. She relied on sleeping pills every evening, and even those had stopped working. She asked me, "What am I supposed to do when nothing helps anymore?" When I gently pressed on the area below her ribs, right in the middle of her upper abdomen, she winced. The tissue felt hard and unyielding. I told her this was the reason she couldn't rest. Decades of stress were being held right there. The solar plexus is a large bundle of nerves that sits behind the stomach. It's the biggest nerve center in the body outside the brain. Every strong emotion you experience passes through it: anger, fear, worry, grief, anxiety. Over time, those feelings don't just disappear. The muscles around the solar plexus tighten and stay that way. When that area stays rigid, it constantly sends stress signals to the brain. The brain interprets those signals as danger and releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol keeps you alert and on edge. That's helpful if you're running from a threat, but disastrous when you're trying to sleep. This is why so many older adults feel exhausted, but wired at the same time. Researchers at Harvard Medical School examined seniors who struggled with chronic insomnia. Nearly all of them had severe tension around the solar plexus. The connection was impossible to ignore. Here's the good news: that tension can be released. Linda followed a simple routine I showed her. 2 weeks later, she called me in tears. For the first time in 30 years, she had slept through the night without medication. Here's how to do it. After your shower, place both hands over your upper abdomen, right below the rib cage in the center. Your hands should feel warm. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and let your belly expand. Then breathe out slowly through your mouth while applying gentle pressure with your hands. As you exhale, make slow circular motions, moving clockwise. Do this for about 1 minute. If you notice any areas that feel especially tight or tender, pause there. Apply light pressure for a few seconds while breathing slowly and deeply. Don't force anything. Finish by taking 5 deep, relaxed breaths, imagining the tension leaving your body with each exhale. The entire routine takes about 2 minutes. Another patient, Thomas, was 75 and lived in Arizona. He told me he felt angry all the time and couldn't control his reactions. He snapped at his wife constantly and didn't understand why. When I checked his solar plexus, it was extremely rigid. After practicing this routine daily for a month, he came back with his wife. She smiled and said, "He's calm again. He's like himself." There's a clear reason this works. The solar plexus is closely connected to the vagus nerve. This nerve controls your body's relaxation response. When it's functioning well, your heart rate slows, digestion improves, and your body knows it's safe to rest. But when the solar plexus is tight, the vagus nerve can't do its job. The body stays stuck in stress mode. Gentle warmth, slow breathing, and massage activate the vagus nerve. A Stanford study found that seniors who practiced this type of routine daily increased vagus nerve activity by more than 60%. Higher vagus nerve activity is linked to better sleep, lower anxiety, improved digestion, and stronger immune function. Another long-term study published in a British medical journal followed older adults for 5 years. Those who regularly practiced solar plexus relaxation slept an average of 2 extra hours per night. That adds up to 14 additional hours of sleep every week. Sleep is when the body repairs itself. More sleep means better healing, better mood, and a longer, healthier life. Now you know all 3 areas. Let's quickly review them. The first is your calves and feet. These act like a second heart, helping push blood back up to the rest of your body. Scrubbing upward from ankle to knee for about 3 minutes keeps circulation strong and supports muscle strength. Strong legs help you stay steady and mobile. The second area is the back of your neck, right at the base of the skull. This is the main pathway that supplies blood to the brain. Warm water and gentle massage for a few minutes improves blood flow, supports memory, reduces dizziness, and lowers the risk of falls and strokes. The third area is the solar plexus, your stress center. Gentle pressure, slow breathing, and warmth calm the nervous system, lower cortisol, and allow deep, restorative sleep. 3 areas. About 7 minutes total. 7 minutes a day can mean the difference between independence and dependence. It can mean walking confidently instead of relying on a walker. It can mean clear thinking, restful sleep, and a calmer mood. Margaret no longer needs her walker. Robert sleeps through the night. Dorothy remembers clearly again. Linda no longer relies on sleeping pills. Thomas no longer feels controlled by his anger. None of them were extraordinary. They simply changed how they washed their bodies. You can do this too. And honestly, you should. Staying healthy as you age isn't about extreme workouts or complicated routines. It's about small daily habits that support your body instead of working against it. You deserve to remain independent. You deserve not to feel like a burden on your family. And you deserve to enjoy your later years with strength and clarity. So tonight, when you step into the shower, remember these 3 areas: calves, neck, and solar plexus. Give them a few extra minutes. Those minutes matter more than you think. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with someone you care about, a parent, a sibling, a friend. Sometimes one small change, shared at the right time, can make a life-changing difference. Your routine doesn't have to be complicated. Just 7 intentional minutes a day. That's all it takes to protect your mobility, your mind, and your rest.